house for inside of my real house.
No, we need to. All right, now we need to keep talking. We're gonna filibuster the start of the stream. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Started. He
I just
started it.
mostly resent the implication that a bounce house is not a real house.
It's in the name.
It
Yeah.
is in the name. It is in the name.
So
Yeah, but it's a bounce house, not a bounce home.
Oh.
mm,
Oh.
So put a fucking rug down.
yeah, exactly.
Put a toilet in.
Yeah.
Wait, does a house need to have a toilet to be a home?
No.
Is that
No.
like, because outhouses are a thing? I'm
No,
just
it just
saying.
needs a live, laugh, love sign somewhere.
But okay, so is an outhouse a house? Because
Currently preparing
It's in
my
the name.
patent for a
It's not
bounce
an out
toilet.
home.
It's definitely not an out home.
no, I wouldn't think so.
No, but it's outside the house, which is like everything, right? Or like almost
Mm.
everything is outside the house. Like most of life is outside the house.
Well,
Mm.
to be fair, in theory, if you had more than one seat, you could consider the outhouse an out home.
Mm. Or just a
What
rug.
does number of seats have to do with it?
Huh? I feel like a home needs to be a place that you can entertain in.
Oh, you just take a dump and have some Chardonnay.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah, I don't like
I
this
don't.
neck.
Is
I don't like
that
this.
the pairing? I don't know if that's the correct pairing, but
I don't know, like
sure.
a charcuterie board and some diarrhea. Let's go.
I don't think that's the definition, because by that definition, then the Roman communal toilets would be homes, and I don't think that fits.
Did they entertain there?
Well, I mean, I think they were communal, so I bet they were talking.
I would have called that home.
Before we get too far away from this, we need to recognize that there is an opportunity between taking a dump and a Chardonnay to make a chart in a.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
The charcuterie board.
Welcome to the Spicy Oranges, where we are just totally normal people doing totally normal things with a totally normal D&D game.
There's no
Maybe a-
totals.
Maybe a
We
white
haven't met a
Zinfandel
single
dump.
portal.
Ooh, white Zinfandel is good.
I'm literally
just-
fucking speechless right now. I
or
have
just a-
nothing to say to this.
Or just a PP noir.
Oh. Yeah.
Get it? 'Cause it's like Pinot Noir. You get it. You get it. Elsa gets it.
All right, so let's not qualify just talking as entertaining also,
Why not?
because I don't think that just having a conversation is all that is entailed with entertaining. I think that there is intent for entertaining also. And there's also a, like, I would personally say there has to be some sort of welcoming.
Oh. Well, then I don't have a home, because when people come over, there's no intent.
I mean,
There's
there's intent
no.
because you invited them over. You were like,
Well,
hey,
yeah, I
do
could
you want to come to
invite
my
them
house?
into the outhouse. Do you want
Yeah,
to
you
come
could. Yeah, well,
into
then it
my
would be a
outhouse?
home.
Be very welcoming.
It'd be very homey then.
I put a rug down.
That's right. All right. We've solved this. Very good. All right. Thanks for joining, everyone who's watching, which luckily right now is just Ghost Boy Ren, who is used to our antics. But if you wouldn't mind, everyone, taking a second and, oh, I keep forgetting to do this, looking at this art that I found on some random Discord. That is the one that I run for this game.
In the art thread.
No, hold on, I'll pull it up.
Okay, I'm gonna go check my tea.
Here we go. Listen, there's a lot of good art backed up now because I asked for a bunch. There's one of a knight riding a giant chicken, or it's a very small knight riding a normal sized chicken, which I really love the idea of either of. But I found out that it was traced. On the other hand, this one, I believe they said, Leadhead said it was just about falling in love with the word bellhop. And so this is a little sketch. And then Cam put up a couple of really good ones that we're going to do the next time we come back. I'm going to feature both of them at the same time because they're really awesome and they deserve their own space. But I do. So here's what I like about this one. Right. First of all, I like that it's expression, but also I like the sort of ekphrastic idea of just taking a word and making it into an art, like a visual art, in terms of like its like personal associations, I guess I'd say. And you know, there it is. That's a bellhop. I could maybe see some more of the bell shape, but that's a bellhop. It's pretty good. I like it. Thanks, Leadhead, for contributing.
Good one.
All right.
All right.
Let's do the recap. It's very like Jingle Belly. Oh, I like that, Leadhead. Well done. Less Liberty Bell. Yeah, I get it. Well done.
It had a little bit of a kind of Protoss energy.
It did. It did. Okay, so last week, first of all, last week we had two members of the Spicy Oranges compete in the first round of the definitely not Olympics games that are happening, which is weird because it's not like anyone's going to sue me for using Olympics. But these are absolutely not the Olympics. These are a different kind of games. And I believe somehow that both of our players were victorious. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What do you
don't act so
remember?
surprised.
I'm a little surprised. What can you tell us about that event?
Oh, I eked out a hand-to-hand. Zerwin eked out a hand-to-hand victory against one of the two giant brothers. Um, it was one of the favored fights of the night because it was so brutal. It was exactly what they wanted. Um, so I won that. I won that. We ran into. We met uh, one of the free peoples. Somehow got to uh, this place. What's it called? Drudenhall.
Drunel Hall.
Drunel Hall
By the way,
and
his name is Andrej.
Andrej. Um, and he approached us and we had a nice little conversation. And I'm going to absolutely kick his ass if we end up meeting in the competition. But we'll have a drink with him later. That was my match.
Yeah. Ezra, wait, before you guys had your matches though, there was the opening ceremonies. Was anything odd about the opening ceremonies?
No, everything went off without a hitch. There wasn't a giant explosion.
Okay, good.
No, no giant explosions.
Sounds right.
Uh, yeah, I mean, there were many of the previous winners. Bill, I do have a question about this. At the end of the games, out of the 4 winners from the 4 events, one of them will be kind of crowned the overall winner,
That's correct.
and that's why only one from each games was present. All right.
That's correct.
Yeah, so when Alvinius went to light the ceremonial torch again, this is legally distinct from the Olympics. The explosion was bigger than expected, and the people in the front row all had their brow singed. Um, but
Does that
nobody
indicate
got
Wait,
hurt.
hold on.
Does that mean they share a brow?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
did you just indicate that the plural of eyebrow is eyesbrow?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna bring English back to its Latinate roots, and we're gonna put the plural on the first object.
This is a fucking shamocracy.
Poets laureate.
Okay. Crabs Rangoon. Whatever. Keep going.
Thank you. Listen, there's got to be multiple crabs in each one of those rangoons. They mash them up with mayonnaise and they put
This
them
is
in a
very
pocket.
Squirrely Dan-esque.
That's first it's cream cheese. Okay, listen. What happened to Alvinius?
He's unconscious, Bill.
Yes.
You
Okay.
were there.
Yeah, I'm prompting. Ezra, how did your first round go?
I punched an asshole to death with my big hand.
That's a quote right there. How was your first round? I punched an asshole to death with my big hand. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
He was there was a guy who was a big jerk, and he rolled really badly, and I wasted danger awesome points to outroll him. So, uh, 2 fights, 2 wins for the Ducks à l'Orange.
Oh shit! I forgot to title this episode. I better edit that.
You also went and talked to like before your fight, right? You guys went and talked to what's her name?
The teacher,
Yes, the lady.
Kirtha.
Yurtha.
And we went and talked to Lady Linda again as well.
Yeah.
And we're gonna meet Yurtha for a drink after everything.
Well, yeah, now we're gonna be late because we have
Once
this
we
stuff to
deal
deal
with
with Alvinius.
this.
Okay, we're okay. I changed the name of the episode to episode 43, Another Great Day Punching A-Holes. So
To death.
I didn't put to death in there. I feel like that was a little too violent. Yeah, sorry.
A's only have the one hole, like in the middle of the letter, though.
A's
Ass
hole.
ass's hole.
There it is.
We got
Thank
it.
you.
We got it.
Appreciate the buy-in from the man
Mhm.
on bottom right.
Okay.
I did it too.
No, he did. To be fair, I mean, I even contributed a little bit, even though I strenuously object. Strenuously object.
You know,
That's,
I get what it's like to object to your own behavior. I understand strenuously.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So you ended the episode in Alvinius's sort of private chambers, and Glocta had kicked everyone out, right? And Alvinius was passed out on a couch, I believe I said, and Glocta was kind of frantically trying to get you to help, as it were. And that's where you are now.
All right.
Uh,
Who's the best at medicine?
hold on. So we're all just standing there, right?
Yeah.
I grab the nearest glass of wine and throw it in his face.
Jesus.
There actually isn't any wine in this room.
Oh,
There is water though, so you
I'll
could
take.
definitely,
I'll do that.
yeah. Um, it has no effect other than to make Glocta scowl at you.
Okay, so I'm super embarrassed, so I take another cup and throw it directly into my own face.
I'll
That's how
try to
they say hello where he's from.
Galatus, I'll examine him. Can you see if you might be able to rouse him with your magic? And I'll do a medicine check to try to check him out.
Yeah, what is it like? What caused him to pass out? Did he just pass out? Or do we know?
Rolled a 15 on the medicine check. Unfortunately, Glocta's not going to be able to tell us like what happened.
I would love to get Bill to do Galacta's voice in this realm.
I will. Um, yes. 15 on your medicine check.
Yeah.
He's unconscious. 100%. Still breathing. No wounds on him. Um, doesn't have any visible trauma.
He's a little damp right now.
He is wet, mostly in the facial area. Yeah.
All right, I will start with a lesser restoration to see whether he is diseased or poisoned or paralyzed. Let's see if that fixes him.
Okay. It does not. However, it doesn't seem to have no effect. Seems to have some effect, but not quite the effect you were hoping for. He sort of like opens his mouth and like very, how do I explain this? He opens his mouth and it's like
That's
like
a
a
bad sign.
yeah. And then he closes his mouth again.
Can I roll Arcana or Medicine to try to figure out why my spell had that effect?
Yeah, I'll let you roll Arcana on it. It's gonna
I'm
be
gonna help
challenging.
him because of my skill with Arcana.
Why does it?
17.
Seems like there is something affecting him. That maybe is bigger than a lesser restoration can handle. But you did sort of scratch at something with that.
Can we have Owen cast Detect Magic
Sure.
to
Owen
try
should
to
be
see if we?
here, by the way. He said he would be here.
Yeah,
What?
he's
Can
he's
I
standing at the back of the room.
can I ask Galacta while he's doing that? Was he by himself when this happened, or was it just you two, or were there other people here?
Glocta pointed to like points to the balcony area where it looks like they were seated watching the games.
More people than just those two, or just those two?
Gloctus points at just him and Alvinius.
Is the
Can I
game
roll a
still?
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's anything off in the room?
Sure.
That's a nat 20.
Absolutely nothing is physically wrong with this room.
Nailed
And
it.
there's also there's no hidden doors in this room.
And can I see out the
wine.
balcony?
Yeah, you can see to the balcony.
There's nothing like hanging from the balcony. I don't see anything like that. Okay.
You can get Owen to cast Detect Magic, and he gets a weird result, but there is definitely... God, I kind of need him to like make a roll on this. Somebody roll
I have his
for...
character sheet up. What kind of roll do you want him to make?
I want him to make a... God, that's a really good question. I need to look at a character sheet. I want him to make a
Hey.
performance roll.
Wild. Okay.
What?
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. That's a natural 20, total of 24.
All right, I guess I can't hide anything from you. This involves the ley line somehow, or like the ley lines in general.
Hmm.
Well, guys, the room checks out.
Uh,
No funny business.
out of game, if I use detect portal, it only detects currently active portals. Is that correct?
I think so.
Use it anyways.
Yeah, we're not gonna need that later.
Not
Sorry, that sounded sarcastic. We're definitely not gonna need that later.
fine, dick. Yeah.
No, you're not really getting a portal sense. No. Sorry, I can't give you anything for that, but I like the idea.
Ezra's gonna try something. Knowing with this feedback from Owen that the ley lines are involved, and he's been working on kind of meditating to get more in touch with his own magical energy and the energy of the ley lines. He's gonna tenderly hold Alvinius's head in his hands, grasping his cheeks into the palms of his hands. He's gonna close his eyes and he's gonna try to meditate and follow the energy of the ley lines to see if he can better grasp what's going on.
I need to pull up your character sheet, which I'm
Sure.
doing right now.
It's
I leave it over to Dirk. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
like Reiki.
Why
except with contact.
don't you give
Lots of
me a
Reiki has
performance
contact.
roll?
With gusto. 17.
There's a large amount of the corruption here.
So it seems like the corruption. Does it seem like there's a flow of the corruption into Alvinius?
No. More like he's a pool.
Okay. I am going to. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic. I'm going to focus on that pool of the corruptive energy and cast Dispel Magic to try to dispel it.
Okay.
So if it's a 4th level or lower, then it just ends. Otherwise, I need to roll an ability check.
There's a cicada in my room.
Lucky.
It's enormous.
Did Albinius say that?
No. Sorry, I said that. I think you can eat them, but I'm not going to. Or am I?
This is entertainment, Bill.
It's good. Tune into the spicy oranges and watch us eat live cicadas.
I rolled a 13, but because this counts as an ability check, I'm guessing that's a failure, because that would already be lower.
I wouldn't refer to yourself as a failure, Ezra. I would
Wow.
just refer to yourself as having missed this once.
Well, I'm going to use a sorcery point to reroll it.
What was that?
You
It's
didn't do that.
All right, so it's either a 10 or 11 because I'm not sure if my Bloodwell vial counts toward this. So I fail.
Okay.
All right, and then I explain to the others there's a pool of the corruptive energy within Alvinius. I tried to dispel it, but I don't think it worked.
If only we had a paladin.
What would you like the paladin to do? Lay on hands? Oh,
Ah,
wow.
I summoned him.
How did you do that?
I lay on hands.
Nice. Yeah. Come on, lay on hands.
Oh, I touch whatever you want me to touch. No questions asked. I cup, I fondle, whatever you need, buddy.
It's stronger. We need more strength.
Okay.
Guys, Glock is getting
I
pissed.
lift, I coax, I cajole. What other
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm tender too. Which is it?
Go back to cajoling.
I cajole.
There was some discussion about Owen being a tender lovemaker at the beginning of last session.
Yeah, who am I making love to?
No
again,
one.
no questions asked.
Yeah, no.
Who is it?
Is
it Zerwin?
What it
You
looks
can
like
tell
to,
me.
what it looks like to me is you're making love to Ezra while he is doing a weird thing to Alvinius.
Okay, so Alvinius is passed out, and this is what they've gathered so far. There is a lot of corruption from the ley lines gathered here, and he seems to be some sort of pool for that corruption. And there was a lesser restoration attempted, which seemed to evoke some response, but not a recovery response.
So we're just 3 guys in a pool now? Is that what you're saying?
Cup of water to the face also did not work. Let's not leave that out.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Dispel magic also.
There's no wine in the room.
No wine in the room.
Don't get me started.
Is Zerwin still in the room? No, there's no wine there.
He keeps trying to leave. Look, this guy's corrupted, so you use your.
Let me look at my abilities.
Yeah, go God on him.
Go God on him.
We have a cleric.
Holy cajole.
We have a cleric and a paladin, and I don't think either one of them has like remove curse or greater restoration or
no.
Yeah, they don't think I don't think either of them have the ability to actually do anything here. But you are sort of like hovered over him, talking amongst each other, being like, how the fuck do we help him? When all of a sudden he like sits straight up and like his eyes pop open and he's like like that scene from Pulp Fiction where they nailed that woman in the heart with the shot of adrenaline. You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, I think the water worked.
A little bit of a delayed reaction, but
What did you put in his brain,
So
Ezra? Jesus.
at that point, Owen was the closest person, and he like grabs Owen's shirt and he's like, fuck, fuck. Am I back? Tell me I'm back. I'm fucking back.
You're back.
You
What happened?
I was someplace dark. Between the planes, I need a drink. I need something to drink.
Do we have,
Glockta gives him a glass of water, which he. I was in the ley line, and then I was sucked to some place between the planes. It was darkness, and I fought misshapen, malformed creatures. They attacked, they bit, they clawed, they screamed, and all the while I heard someone screaming, Vinith Gata, Vinith Gata, Vinith Gata, the voice of a woman. And I.
What's a Vinith Gata?
is that a
He's the leader. Wait, I think I'm remembering right. He's the leader of the other Castle, the Magnus.
So we should
Tower.
go find this person. Anyway, continue.
I fought and I fought, and then one of them plunged their hand and he pulls his shirt down, and there's a giant red mark. I'm
You're
sorry.
muted.
Sorry. He pulls his shirt down, and there's a giant red mark on his chest. And it looks like someone plunged their fingers into his chest. And
fucking gross, dude?
but it's not. It's just like a welt or like a bruise that's forming. It's looks pretty gnarly.
You didn't see that with the medicine check?
No. But I'm not a cleric. I did the best I could.
Did a medicine check and you didn't look at his chest?
You didn't see that with the portal check?
No. Is that a portal?
Well, he mentioned that he went to a space between the planes.
Yeah.
We're going to have to continue to work on this as a team.
So,
guys.
like the airport terminal?
What's an airport?
A place between the planes.
Okay.
When I cast my cantrip Firebolt, I was inundated with a massive amount of wild magic. More than I've ever felt or seen, ever. And with it, a massive, sickly black wave washed over me. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I sat down and I felt better. And then half an hour later, it came from like behind or inside me and just sucked me down through the ley line. I could see the world disappearing. I could see Glockta disappearing, and then it was black. And then I was somewhere else. There were demons, there were devils, there were terrible things.
Can I make a knowledge religion check?
Yeah, but what are you looking for?
Like, was it Sigil or was it, Avernus?
I want to.
Like,
Yes, you weren't here last time when I can't remember which NPC was talking about the gods, but they were talking about how the gods in this place are really different because
we talking about Faerun gods?
because the Fae are
Yeah.
so close, right? And
Okay.
their gods like live among them in this area. And so the Empire has it's sort of like blocked off, I guess. So you're right close to the axes of these things. And so the god worship here is kind of like they have a temple to like all the gods. But you can still make a check, and I'll if you roll well, I'll give you something because it's an interesting idea.
15.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like this is directly God related.
Okay.
Skip. He Skip, who has been there but hasn't been able to do anything more than you did, steps forward, and Alvinius gets to his feet, and Galacta like helps him over to a chair. He's like visibly weak. Alvinius is like visibly weakened. Should we cancel the games? And Skip is like, I I think that would be bad. What are your concerns? If I cast a cantrip and had that happen to me, the kinds of spells that people are going to be throwing each other in these games are going to be drawing on a lot more magic, especially as the games progress. Skip nods. Maybe we should cancel the caster competition and stick with the non-magical competitions. And Alvinius sort of, I wonder, the Empire is going to be responsible for this. The Emperor is going to be responsible for this. Whatever happens here, the people are going to look to him. And Skip nods and says, then it should be my brother who makes the decision. Let us postpone the next round of casting competition until my brother arrives. And Alvinius nods. I am weak. I need rest. And Glock just sort of like physically steps between you and like reaches under Alvinius and walks him out of the room. Skip does not look pleased.
Something on your mind, Skip?
Yeah, yeah. We've been here for less than 3 days. There's been a disappeared child, and a powerful casting friend of mine has been sucked into a ley line and attacked by corrupted creatures. There was a miscast of a spell. Things are going almost as badly as they could at this point.
I mean, no one's been hurt yet, at least.
Alvinius was literally hurt. No one's been
I meant
killed.
no members of the public. My apologies for misspeaking.
I need to think.
Do you think there's any? Do you think it's a coincidence that this happened to Alvinius and he was the one that was abducted by the Fae?
It's a good
Well, we
question.
know he was abducted. We don't actually know whether or not it was by the Fae.
It's another good point. I hadn't considered that. He was the first person to cast a spell at the games, correct?
It at least the most visible person to cast a spell early on. There may have been another spell cast in order for his voice to project more. In fact, I would think that there was at least one other spell active at the time.
No, that's an item.
Okay.
The Master of Ceremonies for the games always has that. It's the pendant that Alvinius is wearing right now. It's actually supposed to be for battle commands, but it's largely ceremonial. I could use a drink and some time to think about things.
Right, we have an appointment at the Bard's Cobbler as it is.
Shall we?
Off to the Rusty Bucket.
The streets are lively tonight, is one way to say it. There are more people here than this city can like reasonably handle. Um, there are people spilling out of doorways. There are people on the streets. There are people drinking. There are people laughing. There are people setting up tents. There's a massive tent city that has sprung up around that on the outside of the walls. And when I say massive tent city, I mean 1,000 tents already have been set up. Um, and it looks like there are more and more people doing that. There is there's pretty it's revelry right now. It's celebratory. It's people, enjoying the games and bread and circuses, that sort of thing. Um, it takes you longer than it might otherwise to get to the Bard's Cobbler, and the Bard's Cobbler is fucking packed. It is standing room only. It is absolutely, cheek to jowl, so to speak. Um, you might not otherwise be let in if the bouncer didn't already know that you were connected. So he like looks at like 7 of you entering and is like, "Oh my god!" And it's like, "All right, good luck," and then closes the door.
Even with Skip with us?
I know he lets you in, but he's like, he turns and is like, "Good luck getting to the bar."
Mm.
There are no tables available. There are no booths available. When you have that place has the open second floor. Well, the entire second floor railing is full of people. It's people everywhere. It's absolutely jammed. You do recognize some people. You do see Eartha in the corner. Eartha's actually sitting with Swadia. Do you guys remember who Swadia is?
Is that
Is it
one of the servers?
the tiefling?
Hold on.
Bill's looking for an NBC picture.
That's
Oh,
Swadia.
it's the Dragonborn. You actually never told us her name, I don't think.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
you did.
I don't remember her name either.
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
You recognize her. You recognize Eartha. You recognize Vicken. He's not. So actually, Swadia and Eartha are actually having some sort of conversation. Vicken is actually on the other side of the room talking to someone else. And that's. Oh, you see again the giant owlin. And yeah, I think that's it.
All right, round of drinks. Especially for Skip. 2 for Skip.
Who's gonna attempt to get drinks in this madhouse?
I will.
How are you gonna do it?
Can I make it to the bar, or do I need to make athletics checks?
No, you're gonna need to do something. You're gonna need to intimidate or persuade or cajole.
Could be either Zerwin or I, since we were
How
competitors and we both won.
how tall is the ceiling?
So it's a standard 1 story between you and the next floor, but because of the open, so in the middle of the room, it goes 2 stories up. So it's like, 12 feet versus 24 feet.
Can we see the bar?
You can, because you're taller than most people. Ezra probably
I could
can't see
just
the bar.
I could just misty step over there.
But then you're gonna have to
Uh,
reform, and there's in a space to reform into.
all right, I'll do. Hold on.
Nowhere? Even up?
So Misty Step is great because you can travel right through things, but when you have to become manifest again in order to carry drinks, you're gonna have a problem. You see what I'm saying?
Saying I can get there, and then somebody can throw me a rope, and then we can zip line Ezra over.
All right, I'm gonna do an intimidation roll, and I'm going to yell really loud something along the lines of, "Jesus, after kicking that giant's ass today, I need a fucking drink. Will you please move?" And I roll a 15, but I'm going to use commanding presence. It's one of my maneuvers, which I get to roll a superiority die, which is a D8.
This, by the way, is so far my best or my favorite reworking of standard mechanics in order to get a drink.
So 17.
I mean, you definitely get halfway to the bar with that routine.
Bill, what is the ceiling rafter situation in here?
So there's no rafters because it's open, right? So it's like, how do I describe this? When you look up, if you're around the outside of the bar, you just see the floor above you where there are rafters, but the whole middle of the room is cut out, so you can see like the open railing above you, which
Are
is
these
also
guys
crowded with people.
are these guys like following me as I move people? So are we kind of sticking together somewhat, or do they have to
Who's
stay
going to
back?
the bar with Owen? Let's see your
Oh,
hands. Or with
I will,
Owen
but
is.
also, I could also, I could use my
Owen.
shield to boost up Jenna if she wants to do some acrobatics.
No,
But like,
Owen,
what?
throw me.
You want me to dwarf toss you?
Yes,
Aren't you a 5-foot dwarf?
I'm actually a little bigger than that, so this is going to be
Yeah.
interesting. He's probably going to need to use his shield to throw me.
I use my shield. I
What's
was gonna
the,
do this with
So
Jenna, who's probably lighter than you. But sure, I don't need. Who doesn't need back problems?
All right. So do you want both of us to roll athletics, or do you
Why
want me
don't
to
you
roll?
roll
Catches the
athletics and
eye.
I'm giving you the help action?
I want Owen to roll strength, a pure
Okay.
strength check,
Oh, it'll be impure, baby.
and
I can roll acrobatics or athletics.
take your pick.
All right, I'll roll athletics then. So I rolled
It's a dirty 19.
Okay.
and I rolled a 15.
Okay. Well. All right. So Owen, he like somehow gets his shield under the 5.5-foot tall dwarf, and like launches him up into the air, and Zerwin kind of like flails a little bit, and it looks like Zerwin's gonna land terribly on top of several people and maybe kill someone. But at the last minute, someone like drops something and bends over to pick it up, and Zerwin lands directly on a stool, like on the bar stool. Zerwin, your ass is gonna be sore, for a while, but you take no damage, and you're sitting at the bar. You like, and also,
People
there's
cheer for that, I
yeah,
assume.
there's I was gonna say also there's like the immediate vicinity of people all noticed, and we're like, it's the purple haired guy, he's at the bar, and there's like a little cheer going up.
Yeah, I'm also going to do something. As soon as I land, I am going to pull out the crown of Dwarven Kings and throw that puppy on.
No.
Oh boy, roll it.
I would like to call Kigan if I can. Kigan Flatmaw is who I would like.
With our luck, he's gonna get the one dwarf that hates crowds.
No, I think I've summoned him twice. He's a beer drinker.
Yeah, that hasn't also stopped you from summoning sociopaths.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, make a roll.
What do you need? A D10 or a
Roll a
D8?
D10.
Okay. 6.
Okay, and what is your? Oh, sorry. Now roll a D6 because you're aiming for Kigan and you have a D6 worth of attunement.
And I rolled a 6.
A 6?
Yep, 6 and
Okay,
a 6.
you got Kigan.
Sweet.
So that same like ringing from the back of your head as it moves towards the front of your head. Oh, it's you.
Hey, you grumpy fuck. You want a beer?
Do dragons shit bones?
Probably.
Hell yeah.
All right, so I order. Can I get the attention of the bartender?
Yeah, you've got a lot of people's attention right now. The bartender is one of them.
All right, so I need a round of drinks for everybody. Actually, 2 rounds for the group.
For your group?
Yeah, for my group. Yes. And then I'm like, how close can you stick a keg to this seat?
He's like, I can't. It's like this, you know, 18-year-old kid who like lives around here normally and is like helping out for extra time. He's like, I can't like, I can't move like a keg for even someone as cool as you. But I could probably get you like a couple of pitchers.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Okay. He like comes out with like one actual pitcher and then a watering pot for flowers.
Do any of us have mage hand?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
I think most
cantrip,
of us
right?
do. I have one.
We could pass it over everyone with mage hand now that we have a link to the bar.
So I do that, and we'll send the pitcher back. The watering can stays with me.
Okay. You're all set. Everyone's got a drink.
And I'm as I'm sitting there drinking, I'm trying to. I know it's almost impossible, but I'm actively trying to let people get my friends towards the front. Like, hey, like that guy beat. What the fuck was the guy you beat?
The
Ezra.
asshole.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony Wolf.
That's right. Good job.
I was like, hey, that's the guy who beat Tony Wolf. Get him up here. I'm actually hoping they're gonna pick you up and
Okay.
crowd surf you to the front.
So as soon as he says that's the guy who beat Tony Wolf, 3 of the serving maids who have been trying to get around all turn and look, and they're like, and they point at you, and they're like, you, Ezra?
Yeah,
You beat
me.
Tony Wolf?
Yep.
This
I punched him over and over again with my big hand.
one of the serving
I
maids.
hypnotized him first.
One of the serving maids comes over and like grabs your face and plants a fat kiss right on your lips and like just like absolutely smooches you and then slides a like half full bottle of some booze into your lap. And it's
Awful
like
generous of you, Sir or Madam.
she's like, kick him in the balls next time too.
I doubt that there will be a next time, but I mean, if he comes looking for trouble, I'll aim for, you know, his hacky sack.
They start generally letting you all towards the bar. In the front is Owen and Zerwin and Geldis. I need the 3 of you to make a perception roll, please.
Ooh, critical failure.
Big old fat 12.
Nice.
Got 12 as well.
Okay. No, you don't notice anything, but Zerwin.
Hey, I don't notice anything.
Sorry, you don't notice anything extraordinary. Zerwin.
There is nothing extraordinary happening now.
Yes.
Zerwin, what am I going to do with this one? I love ones so much. Oh, okay. Do you remember, what's his name? Vicken? Remember Vicken, Zrayax?
No.
He's the very wealthy Dragonborn
Oh,
White
yeah,
shirt
yeah,
McDouchebag.
Yeah, the dickhead. Yeah.
Yeah. You're absolutely certain that he just said something stupid about one of your friends. Like you're
Like,
absolutely certain that Vicken was just like, "Oh, those fucking dirtbag assholes."
can I see him, or do I just think I hear his voice?
No, you could see him. Yeah.
Okay.
He's on like the opposite side of the bar, but you can see him.
Okay. I kind of.
Zerwin, I have very few excuses. If you start fighting this guy, I will totally join in.
Yeah. He's being a dick, and he better watch it. You heard that, right, Kiggin?
Sorry, could you have a little more of that beer and I'll tell you what I heard. Oh god, it's good.
Sure.
So we here to kill someone, or are we gonna
Yeah.
fight someone, or is there a
It's
war
early.
happening?
It's early.
Oh, this is
I
just a
mean,
drinking night,
oh yeah.
and you called me?
Oh yeah. You helped us out.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. And there's like a genuine touched silence on the other end.
I kind of awkwardly look around and drink my beer, hoping nobody else heard him say that.
All right. You all make it to the bar. Well done. Now what? You all have drinks. Skip has 2.
I'm using the watering can to drink out of, by the way.
How are you doing that exactly? Are you like
Uh,
watering your mouth?
No, I'm drinking out of the top.
So like the side?
Like, yeah, where you put the beer in. I'm drinking from there.
Like on
You mean
one
where
hand
you put the water in?
Well, there's beer in it.
There's a
You can
cat.
put your thumb on the nozzle, make sure it doesn't spill
Yeah,
out.
I'm literally doing this.
Accidentally invented
It actually,
a neti pot for beer, though.
it kind of looks like a shotgun almost.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big watering can, so you're not totally displeased. Your accuracy is still pretty good, so you haven't spilled much yet.
Cool.
All right, crew. You've got a couple options here. You do have Eartha, who hasn't spotted you yet because she's talking to Swadia. There are also other people at this bar. Oh, and actually, there is some sort of like ruckus that happens, and someone gets thrown off the balcony, and like because there's so many people, they just catch him. But when you look up again, you see that the person who has thrown that person off is your buddy.
Chuckles. Come on. Tell me it's Chuckles. Oh.
It's
Jenny, you're muted. I didn't hear what you
it's
said.
Andrzej.
Oh.
And he looks down at the guy and he's like, "You do not touch unless people say you can touch."
I yell up to him, but I'm like, yeah.
He doesn't, unfortunately, he doesn't hear you. It is too loud in here, and there are too many people screaming.
I think in my pack I can throw at him.
Do you want me to telepathically scream in his head?
That always goes well.
I mean, he's a
Everybody
friend of
keeps
ours.
telling me.
I don't want to scare him.
Just saying, trying to get his attention. Everybody's always touchy. Talking someone's head a couple times.
All right, gang. Make a move. You're going to talk to Eartha? You're going to go upstairs? You're going to talk to... Where are you going to go? What are you going to do here?
Can you tell me what their conversation, like, looking in from the outside, what does their conversation kind of look like?
Eartha and Swadia?
Yeah.
They seem to be getting along. You know that Swadia is a local woman also, so they might be friends from before. But they seem to know each other, and they seem to be having a friendly conversation. Just 2 women in a crowded bar.
I think maybe I'll wait until she looks around and then try to like give her a wave just to show that we've arrived. I don't want to interrupt their conversation.
Might be a while. They
That's
seem to
fine.
be really involved in their conversation, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's part of why I don't want to interrupt.
I'll start edging towards Eartha, just like making my way slowly. I'm not bringing the group. I'm just heading.
Okay. Oh, my camera just died because I accidentally hit it.
Zerwin, is everything okay in the crown there? Ezra looks pointedly at Zerwin.
Yeah, just me and Keegan having a beer.
It's good to hear that it's not one of the less savory ones.
Jenna, after a few minutes, you make your way over to the ladies. Eartha notices you first.
You hear that, Keegan?
Okay.
Ezra thinks you're savory.
Oh, hey. Were you?
Hey. Yeah, I'm Jana. We met earlier, but it's pretty busy in here.
Yeah, yeah. I've never seen it like this, and it gets busy on certain nights. This is wild.
Hi, I don't know your friend.
Oh, yeah. So Swadia says, "Hi, I'm Swadia. If there's a fire in here, we're all gonna fucking die."
Yeah, it's true.
Uh, sorry, Jana, you said.
Hmm.
So, Eartha speaks up again. You were with that group who came to, and you had a, you wanted to, what is it? What is it? Is that them, by the way?
That's them. Yeah, don't worry about them.
I lift from the pit the water and can of beer.
Oh, I saw him, Sweetie says, I saw him fight today. He did, well, it was kind of gross, actually. I wasn't super into it, to be honest.
That's our Zerwin.
Um, Swadia, like, leans over though and is like, but the scaled one is kind of cute.
I can tell him you said that. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear it.
No, it doesn't matter. Eartha says, okay, you have a boyfriend right now, and he's right over there. Swedia's like, it's a passing thing. He's rich, he's handsome, he's in town for a while. He's not a boyfriend, he's a, summer fling. Eartha's like, okay, what can I help you with? This is never going to go anywhere pleasant.
Um, sorry, out of game. Ezra, I forgot what we were supposed to ask Eartha.
We're hoping to ask her about her great aunt. We're hoping to ask about what happened to her great aunt's sister, who would either be her great grandmother or another great aunt, the one who
Mhm.
passed away within the
Just her
last year.
grandmother.
Oh, just her grandmother. All right. Uh, and yeah, we're hoping to kind of just move in the direction of making some alliances with people who might be trustworthy, because of course, pretty people who teach are always trustworthy.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
It was that was, I'm here to gently stroke your ego, Phil.
Um, oh, well, we were told to meet up with you. Um, we were supposed to be looking for your great aunt.
Linda?
We had this cursed thing that we were looking for.
Oh, yeah. They probably wanted to give it to Grandma, but she passed this year.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we were close. She kind of raised me. But she lived a long time and she had a good life. I think she would have liked to have seen me have children. I don't think that. She said it almost every day, but we did get along, and I miss her. Which that was one of her specialties was cursed items. Yeah, but Linda, um, who is really the one in charge, she's no slouch. You should talk to her about it.
Oh, sounds good. Cool.
So, were you at the games today?
I was. Yeah, Ezra, there's a shorter guy over there. He was in the casters, and then
Oh my God,
actually I'm
Sweetie
in the
says he's the guy who beat Tony Wolf.
he is.
What a hero. I'm gonna buy that man a drink.
I think you'd love that.
Hmm.
Do you guys want to meet them? You guys want to say hi?
Oh, Irtha says, I don't. Yes, says Sweetia.
Mhm.
Let's go.
All right, come on.
Um, okay. Jenna, I want you to roll a perception check.
Okay. 27.
Wow, okay. People
That's no
are.
good. That's no good.
You notice nothing extraordinary. No, so people are moving out of your way. Um, and that's weird because they weren't before. And even though you're in front now, it's like people are kind of like subconsciously parting as you get close enough to move back towards your friends. Um, Jenna arrives with two ladies in tow.
Hey guys, you remember Eartha, and this is her friend,
Swadia.
Swadia. This is Ezra, who beat Tony Wolf, and Dirk and Gelidus and Owen, and Zerwin seems busy.
Skip's there also.
And Skip.
Swadia says, wow, you get to hang out with all these hunks all the time, huh? And it says it
I
kind of
don't
real deadpan. As no one has said anything to her in terms of a hello yet.
It's good to see both of you.
Oh, they do
Hi.
speak. And you're the one who beat
Hi.
Tony Wolf, correct?
I am.
Well then.
Uh,
And she motions like above your head and points at you to the bartender. And the bartender reaches down and like plops a sloshing mug of beer in your lap. Ezra. That's on me.
Thank you. Very generous of you. Ezra's starting to look a little uncomfortable with all the attention and all the drinks. Suppose it is. I do have a few days before the next match. It wouldn't hurt to partake a little bit more than usual, and he'll start drinking from the rather large mug of ale that's been placed in front of him.
So, do the rest of these men speak, or are they all mute?
Definitely
No, they
not.
don't ever
Definitely
talk.
not big talkers.
Sometimes some of them might, talk using their minds, and that gets a few of them into trouble. One specifically, I'll let you guess which.
Every now and then, a couple of times, you just talk to people in their minds instead of in sound, and all of
Every
a
now and
sudden,
then you fall apart, Dirk. Every now and then.
I don't understand why we're quoting lyrics from songs that don't exist in this world.
Hello.
Anyways, hey, what's up?
The spicy oranges, not at all awkward introductions.
No, hello.
Hi, says Swadia. And she like looks at you, Dirk, and says, "So, where are you from?" And like
Oh boy.
kind of like sidles up next to you a little bit. If you haven't noticed, there aren't many of us around here. I'm not from here. I moved here.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not from here either. We actually had to be shipped in collectively. We travel around. I don't like to think I'm from anywhere
You
anymore.
and your friends?
Yeah, yeah. Well, some of them are my friends. Some of them I just have to endure.
Oh, which ones? Tell me everything.
One guess. No, it's fine.
Hmm.
We just
You do seem to have a crush on the short one.
yeah, I don't. Um,
Oh, so it's the tall one?
well,
It's not the purple-haired one you have a crush on. Oh my
I
god, it is the purple-haired one.
I little bit have a crush on the purple-haired one, but don't tell him because it's very awkward and we have to sleep in tents together pretty regularly.
I'm rolling perception to see if I heard that.
He looks like a snorer.
I rolled a 19.
He
Oh, yeah.
makes noise out of all of his orifices.
I don't say anything, but I kind of start looking at them funny.
Okay, while that little mini conversation happens, Irtha turns to Owen, who's the next closest person, and it's like, so what brings you all here?
Oh well, the championship. We're gonna. Several of us have won, and I'm gonna win next. And
Ah, confidence.
I'm a goddamn champion already.
Of what?
Oh, many things. We've killed a dragon.
A dragon.
Couple of them.
2.
Yes, we killed several dragons. This competition should be, it's not a dragon.
Tell him
No?
about the death dragon.
The purple-haired one rode a death dragon.
Ah,
Did you?
He did quite easily.
Did.
Can
And he
you
freed the head
spell
from a
death
red
dragon?
dragon too.
No, he can't. He can't spell anything.
Nah.
No, they don't. No, they don't smell like anything.
Yep, no, that makes sense. And you are a Kender, are you not? She points to you, Gelidus.
Half Kender. Yes.
You're
Are
a
you
long
familiar
ways
with
away from home.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Home is where the heart is.
We had a discussion about homes early in the stream, by the way. Home is a 2-seater outhouse, I believe, was what we took away from that.
With a bouncy toilet.
Like a smelly tandem bike.
And a rug.
I'm glad I missed this conversation.
So you can entertain.
Just remember, everyone, Bill runs the stream. We're just, crazy people that he dragged into this. But this is all scripted, and Bill wrote the script.
So, do any of you want to make some extra money tomorrow, helping me babysit children? Or did you have another reason for wanting to see me?
We did want to offer our official condolences on the loss of your grandmother. We actually were hoping to meet with her related to her ability to break curses.
She was a wonderful
And
woman.
we've had the honor of meeting your great aunt, Lady Linda. We and as well as is it your cousin or sibling? I can't remember his name, Bill. The
Oh.
jerk.
Yes, my infantile cousin. I prefer to think of him as little as possible.
Your great aunt, Lady Linda, made it sound like you are disinterested of the affairs of the family, or at least in regards to managing the estate.
She's a sharp woman. Very perceptive.
Hey, do you know Ash?
Sorry?
Do you know Ash?
I know several people named Ash. It's a semi-popular name in the Empire.
Yeah, I love him too.
So Ash from the Radiant Citadel is the one who sent us here to look for you and your grandmother.
That doesn't ring a bell. Sorry. You know, I can sense that you want to know possibly more about my grandmother, and all I can tell you is that I have a lifetime of stories with her, and that I don't have her gift in magic. And that's it. I have some small talents that I have not developed and instead dedicated my life to helping the children, which I think is a magic in and of itself. But
In
I
our
can
time,
answer questions about the town or other things, and I'm happy to do so.
in our time speaking with your great aunt, it's clear that she's both a shrewd and cunning woman. Do you believe that she has the well-being and advancement of the city in her own sights, and that's one of the things that she's working toward?
You know, Aunt Linda is a real poker player. She keeps her cards close to her chest. But I will say that she has made very few mistakes. It's hard to say what she's doing exactly. I know that if she could somehow destroy or thoroughly embarrass Minithgata, she would.
What's your read on Vinithgata?
Grumpy old man, lives alone in a house, probably a pervert. Other than that, who cares?
Well, I mean, if the pervert part is true, maybe we should all care.
Sorry, I said that flippantly. I shouldn't have. What I mean is, he has a husband, but he's been known to dally from time to time. I don't think he's the most faithful husband.
Do you happen to know if he has a type?
I don't, and I hope to never know if he has a type. There is an acting troupe that's headed there soon, and there are several beautiful young men on that acting troupe. Um, Now that she says that, Owen and Gelidus, who ruled okay but not super well, there's a man who was like sitting now behind Irtha, who is like drunkenly drowning in beer, but both of you notice that he has a tattoo that is sometimes used in Kryn to indicate an acting troupe. It's a
You see,
small, hard one to see on his hand.
you see that, Owen?
Yes. What do you think?
Of course, pointed out the rest of it to everybody else. Geldas will kind of pull everybody in. That man sitting over there, he has a tattoo on his hand, and it's from Kryn. It signifies that he's part of an acting troupe, or used to be.
We gotta talk to him.
Sure. Why do we need to talk to him? You want to ask about whether he's a part of the acting troupe that's going to meet with Mr. Gata?
Hey. Or I don't know. It just seemed interesting that he brought it up.
I jump out of my seat and get in front of the guy and just do a monologue from my favorite dwarven play.
When you say favorite dwarven play, to me
Yes,
that indicates that there are a series of dwarven plays that you regularly view, which doesn't seem to me like something Zerwin actually does.
it's not going to be very good.
All right. How about a monologue from your favorite dwarven story? Here's the guy,
Sure,
by the way.
that makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a soldier. Wouldn't there have been like USO shows where they came and plays? DSO shows.
Yeah, there was definitely some strippers involved. I don't know. Like, no,
All right,
this
well
this
here.
is the guy, and you can definitely be like, you can definitely quote one of your favorite dwarven stories to him, like, you know, old hairy eyeball slicer.
Yes, and I'm going to do it in a very dramatic way. I'll roll performance. I rolled a 9.
Oh, it's quite a performance. That is definitely a thing that it is. Zerwin essentially stands up and gets in this guy's face and goes, "As the time that Drool Hair Slicer beat the ogre with his I need a drink."
But then I take a bow.
I attempt to catch him as he falls.
He does lean forward a little bit, I know, and like kind of grabs him and sits Zerwin back down on the thing. Also, you remember that Ezra had a bottle of like half full liquor put in his lap?
Mm.
It's in your hand somehow, Zerwin.
How'd that get there?
I don't know, but it's half empty now.
Zerwin, you reached right into my lap and took it. I didn't want to bring it up, but if you're going to draw attention to it, can I have that back, please? I'll share it with you.
Okay.
What kind of liquor is it, Bill?
It's just whiskey. It's just rock gut whiskey.
Delicious.
Gettles claps Zerwin on the back. Learning from me, aren't you?
Eartha leans over to you, Janet, and says, "Are they always like this?"
Yes, very much so.
Whatever they pay you, it's not enough, dear.
Agreed.
Swadia, on the other hand, has like put her hand on your arm, Dirk, as you've been talking, and it's like, "So you've had some adventures with dragons, is that correct?"
Yeah, a couple.
I've
Just
never,
normal stuff.
I've never actually seen a dragon.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, they're pretty big. I mean, it depends on which ones you're talking to, how old they are. They come in all forms. You know.
Did you like? Was there any sorts of like connection there? Like, like our ancestry?
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I remember this one time I was riding Silver Dragon back from battle, and I couldn't be sure, but it felt like our hearts were beating in time.
Oh my
It was pretty
God,
magical.
that's incredible.
Never lived until you've flown.
Uh, okay, back to the rest of the group. Um,
So should we talk to the actor?
I buttered him up for you.
yeah, the man, uh, after Zerwin's like slurred rant in his face,
Does in fact have butter on him.
that might actually be true. Because Zerwin didn't say
I,
it.
I forgot I had butter in my pocket. Probably got some on him. I
He
do
think
have
we
butter in my.
really
I have.
overestimate the stability of butter in
I
general.
I have butter in my pocket. I grabbed it
Yeah,
before my
no.
first fight.
Is it still butter though? If it's like,
That's why it's on him. It's splattered.
Zerwin is slightly greasy on one leg and also sometimes one hand, and he's starting to smell a
slightly?
little bit of old dairy products. It's still early in the night though.
Wait, is that
So
new?
I mean, I just assume that we don't smell it anymore.
Yeah.
Like our only evidence is new people that meet us.
It's also
Like,
gotta stink in this building if it's shoulder to shoulder.
that's the problem, is that there's a
yeah,
lot of not
yeah.
good smells in here.
Let's defend your sour milk smell with
Yeah.
everyone else smells too.
Well, don't forget, I threw a cup of water on me too earlier. So
Oh
You
yeah,
did.
that's like you
You did.
showered
It's
then.
basically a bath for Zerwin. Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna wake up and we'll just have like a circle of sage around him every night while he's sleeping.
Listen, there's a very I don't know. There's a man now who has a little bit of butter on his jacket and has been verbally assaulted by a purple-haired dwarf and is giving you all this like really incredulous
I don't know if it's on us to fix this, though.
Like the look in the picture.
Sometimes people need to, just stand by their choices.
Okay.
Butter
say
or
that.
no butter?
Go walk up to him, just be like, I stand by our choices. And just
No,
see.
no, I'm saying it's not on us to fix. Zerwin should fix this.
So after a minute, he like turns back to his beer.
Oh,
He's like,
God. I apologize for my crass friends.
I'm sorry.
Friend, sorry.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, you have butter on you. I'm sorry. Let me clean that off.
Oh God, where did that come from?
You don't want to know.
What an entrance for a lay on hands. Here, let me clean that off.
Yes. I don't think lay on hands heals butter damage.
We're gonna kill Jana. Like, shit,
Yeah.
look at her face. Oh, thank you.
No problem. No problem.
I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch what your friend said.
Owen Barkley is my name.
Lars.
Lars. And what do you do, Lars?
Well, up until recently, I headed a very successful acting troupe.
And what brings you here?
We were supposed to perform for Vinithgata. It's probably the biggest act of our year. It pays for our entire rest of our summer.
And what happened? Are you're implying that you're not playing for Vinithgata anymore?
Well, my actors are on strike, I guess. They're refusing to go in.
Why?
Because I don't have any security and they don't feel safe.
You need security.
Yes, but I can't afford security.
There.
What if?
About? Go ahead, Owen.
Well, we're trying out of game. We want to talk to Vinithgata, right?
Yeah, this is a pretty
So
good.
this is a pretty good in.
Yeah.
My party and I will serve as your security if you wish. In exchange,
I'm more of an actor than a security guard, but I guess I could do
actually,
either.
if you could arrange, we would like Zerwin to have a small monologue. Maybe Dirk as well.
I actually do have 3 spots available in the show. We
Wonderful.
lost someone. It's a long story, but at that point, a half-orc woman with red hair and wearing purple lipstick, who was sitting next to him, who you just didn't notice because she was flirting with the woman next to her, leans over and is like, Lars, do not feed these people a line of shit. We're desperate, okay? We're desperate.
I think it would be within our abilities to both provide for the security of your troop and possibly supply some small actors. That said, could you explain what would be unsecure about the scene? Why would you need security to put on a show for one person and or his husband?
That's the half-orc woman who spoke up, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, Lars says. Exactly. Why the fuck would we need security to go into a castle, one of the most secure places you can go? And the woman's like, because he's a creepy old fuck. And the last troop that went in there had a lot of problems. Okay? We're not stupid, Lars. I'm sorry,
What
honey.
kinds of
Can I
problems
buy
have
you
they
a
had?
drink? These guys are assholes. She goes back to flirting with the woman next to her.
Lars,
Going
what's
back
her
to
name?
Lars.
Mora.
Lars, it's no trouble. We would be happy to provide security. It's no trouble at all.
Sorry.
If this person is dangerous, what?
Sorry, it's Morn, not Mora. I apologize.
We'd be more than happy to provide security if we could have just a moment to speak to the proprietor of the house.
Sure, yeah. And listen.
Also, a speaking role for Zerwin, definitely Dirk, and one other person.
Well, I will have to hear you read.
No. Zerwin works better spontaneously. Dirk can read and perform.
No, Zerwin can read. He just doesn't work that way.
Right. He's a spontaneous. He needs to go away for a while, learn the part, and then he needs to perform.
Morn leans back over. The dwarf can't read. Don't be an asshole.
No. He can read. We promise he can read.
Read my lips, Morn.
All right. So
You smell like cheese right now, dude.
Yeah. And not one of the good ones.
well, the good cheeses smell worse, so he probably does smell like one of the good ones.
You smell like a fantastic cheese. Has anybody ever told you that? Just an
Yes,
ugh.
more than once.
Yes.
All right. Lars says, okay, anyone who acts in the show will get a share, but for security, I can only pay 10 gold for the whole gig.
That's fine.
That's, of course, that's fine. Yes,
no, it's fine.
That's excellent. He
we bear
reaches
no
out-
responsibility for any problems fighting off people that may be a problem for your troop.
He reaches out to shake your hand. We have a deal then.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little more about the creepy old man aspect and what made other troops feel uncomfortable?
It's all overblown bullshit, okay? They talk about him being a lecherous old man, and I'm sure he is, but it's not like anyone's ever disappeared inside the castle, right? It's not like anyone's ever been raped in there. It's just, he likes to look.
Don't say that.
He likes to look at pretty young men. To be fair, lots of people like to look at pretty young men.
So if he has a
In
type, it's just
fact,
pretty
and
young
he
men.
squints at you, Owen, and is like, I actually think you need to be in the play. Oh, yes, no, I need you in the play.
Okay.
He like looks at your arms and like your chest and is like, mm-hmm.
Am I going to be naked in this
No,
play?
I don't.
No,
Why are
just
you looking at me
shirtless.
like I'm going to be naked in
We're
this play?
shirtless?
Sure,
Just
fine.
shirtless.
Thanks, Ezra. Thanks.
I mean, you
Jenna,
strike
make
a
a
handsome
perception
figure,
roll.
Owen.
Only Jenna.
Well,
Yeah. You hear when that exchange happens, you hear Eartha say something, but you can't make out what it was.
what was that, Eartha?
Oh, I said if he's going to be shirtless, I might go.
Sure.
Hell,
He'll
we
be
all
there,
might
right?
go.
This is not a turn that I was expecting this party to take. Everyone objectifying the paladin.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of saw it coming.
Well,
The objectification to remark that you're a handsome man, Owen.
can I
I am
introduce
actually.
you? Can I introduce you to the rest of the troop then?
Sure.
Please.
Oh, excellent. Please, we have a room.
And the sooner we can get the sides for Zerwin, and maybe some pictures too. No reason.
Okay. I'm not. He like leans over. He's like, I'm not giving him a large role.
No, he doesn't need a large role. He just definitely needs a role.
Okay. Swadia turns to you, Dirk, and says, "It looks like your friends are leaving."
Yeah. Guess
At that point, you hear a voice
Gotta go.
behind you,
yeah.
and it is Vicken. And because you haven't yet encountered Vicken, Dirk,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, why does it do this? There he is. That's who you see behind you.
Sweet.
Don't worry, Swadia. The Little people will be leaving now. They have little people things to do. And Sweetie like looks over and is like, you could tell she's a little drunk, and she's like,
Is he wearing that?
oh yeah, he's wearing exactly that.
Am I still within earshot?
You're at the front, so you can make a roll for perception to see if you hear him, but it's gonna be challenging.
What's he holding in his right hand?
I don't know.
I rolled an
Bowl?
11, so no.
Does kind of look like a bowl. Maybe he's got some mixed nuts in there or something.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely
Cherry
mixed
pit?
nuts. That's what's happening there. Mixed nuts.
Are you got some mixed nuts there?
No, I believe that's the name of your little group, right? The mixed nuts.
We're
Yeah.
the ducks à l'orange.
Were the A's
What?
whole?
What does that mean? It's the ducks of the day.
Anyways, no, he's totally right. I have to go do little people things. Wish I could be here and be a big person in a bathrobe in public, but I gotta head on out. It was nice to meet you all. You
Have a good
especially.
night, Dirk.
You're gonna have a great night. How do you know who I am?
Oh, we met before.
Oh, did we? I didn't.
You don't remember?
Do you remember?
You remember like just being like in the same space and having him being introduced, but this seems like he's referring to something else.
Yeah. Yeah. I vaguely remember being in the same room as you. That's about as far as it goes.
I did hear that you had memory problems since your incident.
Oh, you're a douchebag. Okay. Yeah, no, it's good to see you too.
He leans
Have
over to
fun
Swadey and
with
says,
the bathrobe.
he has some issues, but he's a really nice person.
Jealousy does not befit you. Anyways, I'm gonna roll.
Me.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hang
Jealous of
out.
you.
Well,
Listen, I can tell you want one of these robes. I'll have one sent to your room.
oh,
Oh,
that
you
would be
don't
awesome.
have
I
a
need it
room
for
here
sleeping.
anymore. I forgot about that.
I
Oh,
don't really know. Here's what I'm catching. I'm catching that you are like mocking me for things that I. It feels like you're making up a world to mock me in. Feels very weird. Feels a little crazy, a little insane. I think maybe the cherry pits, maybe you swallowed one, has a little something in it. Anyways, this is really nice. I don't want to be caught up in whatever kind of gaslighty sort of like fake thing you're doing right now. So I'm gonna bail. You are lovely. It was lovely to meet you. Have a lovely night. You look into undershirts. Just a couple. Just one or two.
and with that, you part. The rest of the party makes its way upstairs, Dirk trailing a little bit behind, but making it. Um, Eartha turns to you, Jana, and says, do you mind if I come with you? My friend is going to be occupied for the rest of the night. You're
Sounds like
muted, but yeah.
please.
Sorry. Please come with us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Please
who
make me
would?
not the only woman in this group
I
for a little while.
really feel that, and I've only been around this group for about 20 minutes. So yeah.
Why do I feel like this is the episode that it's really setting in for Elsa? I was just like, shit, yeah, no, he smells like cheese. This guy's an ass. Like, what am I doing here?
It's impossible for Elsa to pass the Bechdel test in this show. Just impossible. She would basically have to hide in a bush and talk about her backstory where we can't find her.
You make your way upstairs, and as you get to the top of the stairs, actually, there is a very large man who seems to be waiting for you there.
Jesus, you're a big fucker.
It's Andrej. He immediately grabs Zerwin in a massive bear hug and scoops him off the ground. Zerwin, You son of bitch! It's good to see face again, you purple-haired bastard, loser, fuckhead. Are you drunk as I am?
Very. Hey, I saw you throw that guy off the balcony. Nice work.
Oh, he grabbed waitress. He deserved worse. But that was all I had handy.
Well, you should have thrown him in my direction.
I didn't know you were here until I saw you coming across the stairs. Floor area. I'm good to see you. You want to know all about what happened after you left, yes?
Yes.
Well, I will tell you. First, we rebuilt the wall. Took 1 day. It was excellent. And some people buried bodies. There were work things set up, details they called them, and we all did different jobs. I stayed for a couple of days, and I was going to stay longer, but I heard a rumor that there was a magic boat back at the bar there. So I ran back. I ran all through the day and slept only a little bit at noon after I had a meal, and then kept running again. And when I got back to Barder, huge ship was in the river. Biggest ship I've ever seen. Massive sails, big draw. Don't know how it came up the river, but it did. And I, being brave, and also wanting to know because I'm curious, went on ship. It was nighttime when I came, and I walked on, what do they call that thing between ship and dock?
The Plangang.
I asked that. I walked on that. And when I got on ship, there was no one. Ship was empty. I yelled really loud because I can yell really loud. And there was no one there until I turned around, and there, man goat thing sitting on crate, like was there the whole time, but wasn't, because I just walked through there, and then I know there is magic here. This man goat have magic. No one sneaks by Andrej, not in the day or the night. So I turn to magic man goat, and I say, "What do you want, magic man goat?" And he says, "I have proposal for you. There is place where they gather all of greatest warriors and have big fight battle tournament. You should come." I don't know. He said a bunch of stuff. Anyway, offered the beer, free fight, and pay. And I said yes. We sail away on boat. I fall asleep. Wake up here. It is
Are we
good to
all
see you.
are we all a part of the conversation?
Yeah, you're all back up. Oh, and all the little men are here too. I saw you do crazy shit during battle.
Did the man goat have a name that he told you? He probably had a name.
That's funny. I don't remember name. Feels slippery in mind. Might have been drunk. Eh. He paid me ahead, gave me free food and booze, and said, if I find anyone who is champion of Empire, I slap them around extra hard. And if I win, I get 50,000 more gold and fame. So of course I win.
If you find anyone who's a former champion,
No. Current champion of Empire. I think Empire is really hoity-toity people.
compared to the goat man, for sure.
Yeah.
It's intriguing.
I am glad to see you. I never said too much hellos during time, but Jorth is my distant cousin. You remember Jorth?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He is doing well. When I last saw him, he had taken command of Free Peoples.
Good.
He
We're
is
glad to hear that.
quieter than his mother, but I think he will be effective. I always thought he might be a little too sensitive, but he showed mettle in battle. Anyway, how are you all? What are you doing?
Drinking, mostly.
Me too. Yeah.
Who did you fight in the first round?
Uh, some big man. I punched his face.
I'm glad to see you came out on top.
Hey. So, this place, he like looks around, is busy. Lots of people. Only one problem.
What?
They are going to run out of beer. They cannot sustain this. They will need to bring in much more beer. They will run out, and then, Zerwin, they will have riot.
Well, then I say we drink until we riot.
Can we also sing?
Not well.
Well, speak for yourself, Owen.
I do. I speak for you too. I've heard you.
he slaps you on the back and cheers clinks your mug against his, and breaks out into some song about how the wind off the mountains is always cold, but the woman in his bed is always warm.
Oh, I got a 23 to join along.
Wow. Okay. Owen knows this one. It's a rousing rendition. It's basically a blues song, right? It's like, you know, I don't need heat or a fireplace by my bed because the woman I love keeps me cherry red, and it goes on from there. Yeah,
Well, I guess it is from Prin, right? So it's not on the.
yeah.
That's what you've heard it.
Actually, because you got a 23, you actually also harmonized a little bit, and
Yeah.
Andre just like kind of gives you a wide eye, but like grins, and it's like yes. And you know who else notices you're harmonizing?
Pretty
Douche
redheaded
nuts.
teacher.
Lars.
Oh, Lars.
Lars, the head of the acting troupe, who's still there with you, and it's like,
I tear up as they're singing. By the way, I've had too much to drink.
Yeah. That song about, you know, having sex to stay warm when the chill winds come off the mountains is really touches you. You know who else really likes the song, and who joins in this song? Kigan, In Your Head.
Oh.
And he is a terrible fucking singer, but he knows all the words,
Mhm.
and he joins in your head
Serwin, why are you wincing?
and crying.
Kicken likes this song.
Oh.
He's not harmonizing,
Oh.
but it's a beautiful song.
Yes. I continue.
All right, let's see. Who are you going to meet in the actor's room? You're going to meet that person. I can't show all these pictures. There's too many of them. All right, so you go into a room. It's not actually a super large room, but it is crammed full of people laying on the floor in various states of awake and sleep. There is a satyr or a faun, depending on how you look at it. There is something that looks like a gazelle woman. There is a dark-skinned, earringed elf. And there is a pair of halflings who look like they're probably brothers or related in some way. And there is a second half-orc woman Only this one, it does not look related to the other one. She is like much more thin-boned and has a very seductive way about her. I at least want to show you one of them. But unfortunately, I can't get my technology to work. You are introduced to all of them. These are the actors. And as you are introduced as the security, they kind of immediately take interest in you, as you might expect.
So tell us, it's abnormal that you should need security for this kind of thing. What have you heard?
Hold on one second. I'm just making sure all this works right. So the actually the one of the halflings speaks up. Well, let's just say we've heard the man doesn't keep his hands to himself, and we're afraid some of us might disappear inside. Especially the more beautiful of us. He points to himself. I'm not going to no pervert's dungeon to be some sex toy.
Well, you've heard that this man does these things.
That's the rumor anyway.
Who'd you hear the rumor from?
Other actors.
Oh, okay.
Ones that have been around and none be in the dungeons, but
Well, you don't
we
have
know
to
he
worry.
has dungeons, don't we?
Yes, but I mean, just because someone has dungeons doesn't mean that there's a safe word.
I don't know if I like your tone, security
No,
man.
I don't know yet. We're going to find out.
Just
We
as long
promise that we're going to keep you safe.
Guy, that's all I can ask for.
I don't mind
And-
punching an old man in the face if I have to.
And put on an excellent show.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
An excellent, unique show. I look over at Zerwin. Very unique.
I safe words pickles.
I'll look at Dirk. Dirk, you can act, right?
Yeah, of
See?
course.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I'm really good.
He's amazing. That's exactly what you do with your hand.
Wow. See, I already know what to do with my hands.
The halfling looks back up at boss Lars and says, "What show are we doing? Are we doing the tragedy? I love the tragedy."
It depends on what Zerwin has eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Lars says, "I don't know. I was thinking about the comedy." "Oh, you'll never get that grumpy old fuck to laugh. Skip it and go for the tragedy. Or at least the drama." Besides, everyone knows the comedy's just a tragedy waiting to happen. Lars says, "We'll think about it, all right? We'll discuss it as a group, and we'll decide." And Owen and Dirk have agreed to fill in on a couple of parts.
Yes.
What you mean for Seamus's role? Yes. Well, he gives you both an eye. I suppose this one's pretty enough to be Seamus.
Zerwin is gorgeous.
No, I meant you, Goldilocks.
My hair is brown.
You know what I fucking mean.
Yes, I do.
I know what you meant.
I don't know what he meant. What did he mean?
I don't know if the purple-haired one will be in the show, but we could use some help
Oh, he
carrying
better.
some stuff.
He better or I walk. Dirk too, or I walk.
So you don't have to do that for me.
No,
Owen has been in the acting troupe for 15 minutes and is already a prima donna.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's a natural.
I only have a +4 to performance. This could go very badly.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for us then?
Does security start now or when we enter the premises?
I don't think we'll be needing security in our own fucking rooms, but he looks over at you, Geldis, and is like, just make sure that one keeps his hands where they belong, and we'll see you when we go back to the fort.
You misunderstand. He finds things that people lost.
I think things find him.
Yes,
Yeah.
things find me.
I know all about how things find the Kenders, okay? We've done some tours around Kryn. In fact, Lars is from there. Just, we don't have a lot, wee man. Keep what's ours.
When's the show?
Yes.
2 nights from now.
Can I have my lines?
Lars says, we have to figure out if we're going to do the tragedy or the comedy first. We're doing the fucking tragedy, I already said it. Lars says,
All right.
we won't make the decisions here, and we're going to vote on it like we always do.
So long as it doesn't interrupt with the championship.
The Gazelle woman, it'll be at night, and the fighting's always during the day.
Oh, okay.
The Gazelle woman, who's like sitting in a corner with her legs crossed, observing all of it, speaks up. I think he's right. I think we should do the tragedy. And I also think that Lars is right. What's your name, tall man?
Me or Dirk?
Oh, that's you. Not the Dragonborn.
Owen.
Owen.
Owen Barclay.
She stands up, and how tall is Owen? He's like 6.5 feet. He's quite tall, right?
How tall did you make him?
I think I made him quite tall. Like
Then he's quite tall.
yeah, like like somewhere between 6 and 6.5 feet.
He's 6 or 6.5 feet.
You can choose. How tall do you want him to be?
6 or 6.5 is fine.
So she's including her horns. Like her horns reach to 7 feet. She's very tall.
Well, she's very tall.
And she like walks over and like does like a little circle around you and like trails a hand across your shoulders. And she's like, well, yes, I think I can find something just right. And you realize this is the customer.
Oh, yeah.
And then she leans over in your ear and says, something just right. And then she turns around and like traces her hand across your chest and then like walks back to her chair and sits down.
Well, Owen is deeply uncomfortable by all that. I don't think we're going to have to worry about the old man if we got this person.
Well, I'm a 58 portly, so
He's built like a keg that ate another keg.
Both kegs were filled with cream.
Yes. And left out in the sun.
Both kegs were filled with cream. It's another great quote for the night. Okay, Lars asks if you would please let them get some, or attempt to get some sleep this evening. There's like 8 to 10 people sprawled across this room. They're on bed, they're on couches, they're on the floor, and they're all kind of just like, okay, fine, it's bedtime, and they like pull hats over their heads and like roll. One of the halfling brothers, not the one you spoke to, but the other one, immediately starts snoring like 10 seconds after that. So Lars asks if you will kindly give them the night and see them perhaps tomorrow.
yeah, I get up and leave.
Does this mean it's time to go back to Chuckles's?
I don't know. Is there anything else you'd like to do tonight?
I'd like to punch that dragonborn in the mouth.
Yeah, no, real quick. I turned to Yurtha and I'm like, hey, who was the guy in the bathrobe?
The bathrobe?
Yeah, the guy with the bathrobe with the
Vicken.
yeah.
He's He's famous for being stupidly rich. Like apparently he just shits gold. I don't know. I can't stand him. He showed up here a couple weeks ago. Started flirting with Swadia.
He was talking shit when we walked in.
Seems like a total douche.
Yeah, I think that fits.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Man. Just a couple weeks. Just been around here a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think he's never been here before and only showed up for the games.
Is Skip's not with us, is he?
No, tourist.
Yeah, Skip's right outside the door.
But he didn't go in with us. All right.
No. You're now like getting ushered back out into the hallway. It's much louder in the main room. It is getting late. It does seem like it's winding down a teeny tiny bit, but it also looks like it's probably going to go for many hours still.
Is there anyone else that we feel like we need to talk to? I think we've accomplished a lot of what we wanted to do today. We didn't meet with Gung, but I think that can probably wait until tomorrow.
He'll probably be at the games tomorrow, so during
We're
some of
also-
the combat.
So tomorrow morning is the melee, which we should get to before the night's over because Owen needs to do his combat.
Yeah, all right. Off to Chuckles. Off to bed. Off to fight. Butter up.
So wait, I need to cover myself in butter for this combat.
That
Probably
depends on
not.
who you ask.
Am I
Say the
fighting?
You don't
Say
need
the line,
to.
Ezra.
Is this
You're
like
They'll have butter at the fight.
you're you're fighting with weapons. You're in the melee, so
No, I know,
probably-
but maybe I'm fighting someone who grapples a lot.
no, I'm in the grappling competition. You're
So
gonna
you're
go.
gonna have to cover yourself in margarine.
I did cover myself. Well, really not intentionally. I threw some in my pocket that melted on me.
So you're all going to Chuckles and going to bed right now? Is that what's happening?
Think
Chuckles
so.
is actually already asleep when you get there. So
We'll be quiet.
Does he have a pond?
he has got a large stream, small river.
Okay, I'm gonna take a dip before I go to bed.
Okay.
I'm also gonna hunt for one glass of that blueberry liquor beer.
That would require going into his house instead of just into the guest house, and you're
Oh.
drunk.
I'm not gonna do that then.
Maybe he left some out for you in the guest house.
Because you didn't
thoughtful
say
person.
anything about it, Zerwin, I need you to roll me a d10 to see if you took off the crown before you went to sleep.
Okie dokie. That's a deuce.
You did not. All right, now I need you to roll me another d10, please.
I don't think I've fallen asleep with this cocksucker on before,
You
have
have
I?
not. No.
7.
Okay. In your dreams, Zerwin, you meet Dernela. You've spoken with Dernela Grumbleforge. You remember her? Betrayed by her brother?
Yes.
Murdered? Yeah. But now you actually see her. And I need you to make me a perception check. And I want you to roll with advantage.
Perception with advantage.
Yep.
Oh, that's good because I had a critical failure on the first one and a 17 on the second.
She resembles your mother. Sorry. She resembles your father. There is a resemblance there. You don't remember what she says to you in the dream, but it seems insistent. But it's like she's talking through, like an aquarium, and it's all jarbled up and mumbled. And then, just as like you're starting to make sense of it, um, there is another figure that appears, and he literally plunges a knife through the back of her neck while she's trying to talk to you, and like twists and like tears her throat out, and like throws her to the ground, and then like the shadow walks up to you and gets real close to your face, and then goes, and you wake up, and you hear like the voice of Quentin laughing as you wake up.
What time did I wake up? Is it the middle of the night still?
No, it's morning. Everyone wakes up roughly the same time. Chuckles has he's got chickens and roosters, and they do the waking. Also, there's the smell of breakfast.
I quickly go to take the crown off,
Oh, not so fast. You and
probably because it
I,
was poking me in the fucking head all night.
you and I need to have a talk before you take this off.
Okay.
Hmm.
Could you please stop yelling, though?
Your hangover is not even a little bit important to me. What is important to me is that when you find the source of this corruption, you need to touch the crown to that source.
Why?
Because I need to taste it. I need to know what it is and how it works. The
Mm,
rest of these, how do I be kind? The rest of these idiots have no idea what magic is or does, but I do. And if you want to understand what that corruption is, you'll give me a taste.
how do you know about magic?
Oh, I have friends.
They're probably all dead.
Probably, but I learned a lot from them before they died. Let's be frank here, Zerwin. I'm also dead.
Yeah.
But not
Okay.
forever, maybe.
Got it.
We have a deal.
Sure.
You do this, and the next time you put on the crown, I'll let you talk to whoever you want to. You don't do this, and I'm gonna glue this fucking thing to your head, and I'm gonna kill everyone else in here.
How do you do that?
I'm going to eat them.
You're dead. How do you eat?
Have you ever seen a zombie chew living flesh?
Yes.
Have you ever seen, they're dead and they're eating. Have you ever seen a gelatinous mold absorb a body?
Yeah, I thought we saw one of those recently.
Combine the two of those and make it spirit and essence instead of body, and that's how I'm going to do it.
Hmm. So what happens to the others when you eat them?
They go away.
Okay. Forever?
Yes,
Well, maybe not forever. Hmm?
maybe.
Okay, we have a deal.
Excellent. Enjoy
My
your
baby's up.
hangover.
I'll be right back.
Good luck. All right. The rest of you wake up, have breakfast with Chuckles. Unless there's anything specific you'd like to do, we can move on to the arena.
To the fight.
To the fight.
All right, the fight. So the hippodrome is, as it always is, jam-packed. Let me just clear out some of these photos that I don't need anymore. The crowd is literally roaring as the melee competition, which it seems like is probably the favorite competition for the people to watch, really starts to take shape and unfold. It is also the biggest entry. Magic is the second biggest entry, but Melee is the largest in terms of the number of people competing. Melee is the largest. There is a ton of competitors. And it looks like Owen has drawn.
Did we get a long rest? I'm sorry.
Yes, you did get a long rest.
Mine counted, even with my dream.
It did count.
Okay.
Is there a map for this?
A map?
Yeah, like in Owlbear.
There isn't. You're just gonna
Okay.
roll some
All right.
d20, a number of d20s, and that'll decide how it goes.
You mean we'll run a combat, or
No,
No.
it's super brief. I just don't have the capacity to run full combats for every round of this. So we're gonna roll 5d20s.
I only just need one.
Yeah.
There you go.
You've drawn someone named Tertius Fiducius Salonius.
Kudos.
You're welcome.
So he's a third-rate tax evader, is what I'm hearing. I'll make sure to bring a bunch of tax.
So I apologize. You weren't here last time. So you go when you register, right? They know who you are, and then there's two like contestant areas, which are massive gymnasiums that are like underneath the hippodrome area, and everyone sort of mills about there, and then they take your weapons and armor and they put them in a locker, and then they give you weapons and armor that you request, and they have basically anything you could ask for.
Okay, but it's not going to really matter because we're just rolling d20s.
Well, I'm going to ask you for
Mechanically, though, like.
So I'm going to ask you for a general strategy.
Okay.
Going into it. Also, you are one of.
Do we get to have a look at each other before it starts, or?
That's up to you. Do you want to try to seek this person out?
Yeah, I'm gonna do like a little flashback and be like, "Hey, Jana, this is who I drew. Go find this guy, find out what he sucks at, and then like let me know."
Good strategy, Cotton.
Okay, can I just sort of wander into his gymnasium, or are they keeping pretty good tabs on?
Wow. Look at that guy.
You cannot.
If I hang out outside of it and eavesdrop for a bit, can I figure out who he is?
Yes.
All right.
He is loud and brash and confident.
Okay. Oh, and it's that one.
Okay. All right, I'll walk up to him.
Okay.
Greetings.
Hello.
Tertius?
You must be Owen.
I must be, yes.
Good luck today.
You as well. You as well. Once this is all done, do you want to get a pint afterwards?
Perhaps.
Yes. I'll buy, regardless of the outcome, if that makes you feel better.
It's not a measure of money. It's
No.
It's a measure of familial duty.
Familial duty? What do you mean? Your family is preventing you from having a drink with a foe? Not even a foe.
I might have duties to attend to this evening.
Come on. You've just. I mean, look at me. You're going to beat me in combat, and then you're going to say no to a drink afterwards. It's going to be fun. You got to remember fun, right?
I see.
Listen, I have a friend. If we put oatmeal on his head, it's going to be the funniest thing in the world.
Hey, everyone. This is
Yes.
Owen. This is Owen, everyone. Owen has come here to intimidate me before the fight. And
No, not at all.
he thinks he can mock me in public. Don't worry, Owen. We'll have to the bottom of it soon enough. In the meantime, fuck off back to wherever you came from.
I'll lean in and be like, "You're going to look really bad with porridge on your head," and then I'll leave.
You're gonna look really bad with my sword up your ass. His
Okay.
name is Bigus Dickus. No, just kidding.
Prickus.
Just pulling up my dice roller. Okay, is there any sort of strategy you want to take? You could see that he fights with a sword and board.
Okay.
He does use more of a gladius style sword.
Looks like he's left-handed.
No, that's a selfie, so it flipped.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Is he in NPCs?
I don't know.
I don't
Nope.
remember seeing him in there.
He's not in there. Would you like me to put him in there right now?
No, I mean not unless there's like a hint or a clue to like best him, But if he's doing sword and board, I mean the thing is like I'm proficient with everything. So I will do polearm. Polearm and dagger.
Interesting.
Now he's in NPCs. Okay. You want like a pole axe? You want like a halberd? Do you want like how long of a thing do you want?
Poleaxe.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna go in aggressive, defensive, normal?
I'm gonna see what he does, and my strategy is going to be to like trip up his legs
Whole
as
arm
often
him.
as possible. I want him on his back the entire time.
All right.
Not in a sexual way.
Okay.
I just want him to be as humiliated and as embarrassed as possible in this fight because he's a dickhead.
So you are going to roll me 5d20.
Okay.
And you are going to add your strength modifier.
Do you want these all at once?
If that is the yes.
Okay. I add my strength modifier once to it, or
No,
to each roll.
If that is this, I'm assuming that's the roll you're going to use to add to your combat would be your strength modifier.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Owen. Make us proud.
Well, okay. So I got 10. I got 2 10s, a 25, a 17, and a 12.
Yeah, one of them is a natural 20.
Yeah, one of them's a nat 20.
Okay, so just give me the first one. The first roll is a
10.
So you rolled something and added it. And
I rolled a 5. I got plus 5.
So you're telling me the totals. Good, that's what I want. Okay. Owen steps into the arena, and no one seems to. There's some polite applause, but not many people seem to recognize him. When Tertius steps into the arena, there is one section that is very loud. And it seems to be like fans from his hometown, perhaps. Who knows? Family members. They're well-dressed people.
Hangers on.
Yes, he salutes. So
I salute back.
he salutes you. Then he salutes up to the MC area where you see Alvinius and Glockta sitting there watching. And you also, you weren't here last time also, so you all have, because Skip has a place of honor basically just to the left of the MC. So there's another. Oh my God, my words today. There's another like booth area. What do you call those things that stick out from a?
As a mezzanine.
Yeah,
Like a
Balcony.
skybox.
yeah, like a skybox balcony sort of thing, where all the rest of the party is watching from, and you know where that is. But this guy salutes Alvinius, and then he turns to his family and friends area, and he salutes them, and he raises his hands, and then the fight begins. And you like sort of start with this like, feint and then sweep towards the legs, and he easily steps over it and um, slashes at you, and then pulls it back at the last minute, and then like flats and just rings your bell really fucking hard enough to like knock you stumbling
Okay.
and disarm you from
Okay.
that. So you pull out your dagger. What's your next roll?
That's the nat 20.
You like roll forward with it. You scoop the poleaxe back up, and you come up swinging and take him clean off his feet, so that his feet go up in the air and he lands hard on his back. What's the next roll?
Oh, well, I'm going to lean in and be like, so much oatmeal. The next one's a 10.
um,
Overall, I rolled really shitty.
the next one's a 10. So as you like lean over to like whisper something in his ear, he punches you in the face with a gauntleted hand, and just
Okay.
like smashes like part of your face, and like blood goes flying, and the arena just erupts when they see that. Um, and there's like just a bunch of cheering. What's your fourth roll?
17.
You come back off of that and um, like swing down with the poleaxe with two hands, like ready to cleave him in two. But you can see easily that he's going to roll out of the way. So instead, what you do is you turn that like overhand swing into like a side swing that turns a diagonal, and it hits his left hand and cuts his left hand off at the wrist. Um, there was this like scream of pain. And what'd you get for your last roll?
I got a 12, but did I cut his hand off?
Yeah.
I'm going to stop.
So you rolled a 12?
Yeah.
Okay. So you cut his
Got a
sword.
flesh wound.
You cut his sword hand clean off, and it like flops to the side, and he like screams and rolls, and he throws with his offhand. He throws the shield at your face,
Okay.
and it almost hits you, but at the last minute you like, and you notice now that the bottom of the shield is razor sharp, and it like as it flies by your face, you realize that could have taken your head off, but instead it just grazes your cheek, and you finish by like stabbing down just out of instinct with the dagger, and pin his other hand to the sand beneath, and the fight is over.
Okay.
The
I
victor.
grab his hand and I immediately
There's healers.
jam it back onto the stump and I heal him.
So you manage to heal him just as like the clerics run out and like basically start mending him on the spot. There's a little lag time between when the fight is called and they run out from the side, but as soon as the fight is called, they sprint out. There's like a whole team of them.
How much lay on hands did I need to burn? Like all of it?
I don't know. How much did you want to burn?
Right. I mean, like until it's healed, like properly.
You would have seen yesterday during the other competitions that even if someone dies, the clerics are bring them back.
It's okay. You can still do this.
But it's more like I don't want my foe to suffer.
Okay.
You know, like I'm a paladin and I don't want him to suffer.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you had all of the.
To
Of
just
Amen.
heal.
Yeah, I mean, like I just want him to. I want him to have functionality back into his hand if I can.
How much?
I have a lot of spells I could use also.
So he can wipe the oatmeal off his head.
So how much? How much can you heal with lay on hands?
I can heal 45 damage.
That's about what it's going to take to heal that.
Okay.
That'll get his hand back on and working. And then after you do that, you are like kind of politely but firmly shoved out of the way by the clerics.
Okay, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna like, hold his face and be like, "Can you use your hand?
He
Does
he
it work? All right." And then I'll stand and let them pull me away from him. He flips me off.
yeah.
I hate this city. I really hate this city. We should burn it to the ground.
He says something like, "You got fucking lucky." And
I'm gonna stop for a second and look at him and be like, "You, sir, are no knight. Your family should be ashamed of how you've conducted yourself in this combat."
oh, that's terribly painful.
No, it's not meant to be. It's just the truth. I'm sorry that I've defeated you today and that you learned nothing from it.
I learned something.
No, you didn't.
Sure I did.
You're still an arrogant shit like you were going in.
I learned that even buffoons can get lucky. The sun even shines on a dog's ass someday. And he turns
See?
and walks away.
Fine.
Don't worry, he'll get his.
I mean, he literally just got his in front of 30,000 people. So there is that. You get to walk away with that.
If there's like some young kid, like someone who looks like a young soldier type, I'm gonna toss them my weapon as I leave.
There's people waiting to like collect stuff. Also, and
No, but like like a fan.
like a fan.
Yeah.
You should have kept the
Poleaxe,
hand and thrown it to the crowd like a baseball.
Poleaxe is a
Yeah.
little dangerous to throw into the
Okay.
crowd, but the dagger you can throw to somebody.
Nah, that's dangerous too.
Okay. Well, I mean, like the dagger has a scabbard that you can throw.
Okay.
That if you
Sure,
want to.
I'll do that.
Yeah. So everyone noticed that when Owen was declared the winner, there was like boos from one area, like the fight wasn't over, and they should have been let go further. And then there was like, but the whole rest of it was like 2/3 of the arena was cheering and very happy, but like maybe roughly 1/3 was like you got cheated basically and like booing. So there's a whole section of really swell losers over there.
I'm gonna walk. Once I get out, I'm gonna like sit with my friends and just probably cough up some blood.
Oh no, the clerics see to you also and they heal you immediately. Unless you refuse their ministrations,
No,
that's what they're
no.
gonna do. Yeah, you're healed totally back up to full health. Do you want to watch some of the other fights?
I mean, that's it, right? Or am I fighting someone else?
That's it for this round. Yeah, that's it for the day.
No, that really put me off this whole. So I'm gonna go back with everyone, unless they want to sit and watch.
Skip says that he kind of has to stay until the end of the round.
We can stay.
There's some really good fights. There's a giant owlin who's very good and also doesn't say anything the entire time. There's a man with a sword and an axe who's very good. There's 2 different spearmen who are both good. Let's see, who else are victors? There is a woman with really battered, dented armor and a mace, and she kicks the shit out of a minotaur. There's another minotaur that does a lot of damage with an axe. There's the guy in the NPCs with the other poleaxe. When he wins, he like pulls out this flask and like takes a big drink, and then like offers it to his opponent. There is a lot of honorable fighting. There's also a lot of shitbags. There's a man with a 2-headed flail and a shield who absolutely batters someone. yeah, there's quite a few interesting fights. Some of them are real assholes, and some of them look like they're, honorable fighters. You're not sure who you're going to get for the next round yet, because that's not drawn
Okay.
until the day of. The rest of the day goes fairly uneventfully, and the crowd, loves it. They love the games. They're into it. Everyone, and they pass out free bread to everyone in the hippodrome. So everyone that wants bread can have it for free. You guys are in Skip's place, so you can eat and drink whatever you want without a big deal. But the masses appreciate the free bread. And then as it's like winding down and people are sort of filing out, you kind of learned last time that trying to leave right away is not the great idea. That you should kind of maybe just wait a little bit till the crowds thin out. And as you do that, a servant runs up to Skip. Um, Sir, we need you right now. There's been a terrible, uh, I don't know, someone's dead. You gotta come. Skip stands up. All right. And the servant leads you down, and then like out this like side entrance, like a servant's entrance, and like down these stairs. You go all the way back at the back entrance of the hippodrome, and he leads you to a house, and there are a bunch of the city guard around the house, and they're not letting anybody in or out. And then when they see Skip, they sort of nod, but they won't let you all in. And Skip says, "Just, I'll be right back. I just need to see what's happening here." And you all wait outside, and he comes back out, and his face is ashen white.
Skip,
What's
what
up?
is it?
Azadirel. Azadirel is dead. And that's where we will end this evening. And for those of
That's,
you who don't remember,
that's the tree
Azadirel
lady.
is
Yeah,
the
she's
tree
the
lady who was the
yeah.
first champion of the games.
Did she die less than a minute ago?
Yep.
Because I could heal her. Was it less than a minute?
It would have taken us a minute to get there at least.
Shh. Bill might not know that.
Okay. I just want to remind everyone that next Sunday there is no game. I will be in Ithaca.
Drag racing.
Drag racing.
Bill races in drag. I mean, I've seen you in a
Monster trucks.
coconut bra, but
That's it's pretty rare. Not everyone's seen me in a coconut bra.
it's true.
So our
I
next
can't have it seared from my brain.
our next event will be the 28th, which is 2 weeks from now. We don't take many days off, but this is one that I need for my vacay. So we'll be back on the 28th, and when we come back, I have a new announcement to make about some of the big prizes that I want to give out, including this thing, which Geldis made to give away for everybody. I've been thinking about the best way to do it, and I have a way now. Okay.
How much? What was our tab for the bar last night?
You didn't have a tab for the bar last night.
Oh, we didn't have to pay for anything?
Nope.
I drank several watering cans worth of ale.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't know who paid for it, but nobody
That's
bothered
not
you about
price specific.
Yeah.
it. Okay. First things first, danger awesome points, give them out to each other. And also, everyone watching right now, if you want to give a player a danger awesome point, please just say which player you think deserves it in chat.
I'm gonna give mine to Zerwin.
I was going to give mine to Zerwin as well for allowing somebody to toss a dwarf.
Yeah.
Give mine to Owen for cutting a dude's hand off.
Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze.
I'll give mine to Dirk for the both kegs were filled with cream comment. That was definitely my favorite one of the night.
I'm gonna give mine to Dirk for jumping right into a lot of the roleplay, especially with the real shitty Dragonborn guy.
Fuck that guy.
Yep.
Fuck that guy.
I can't wait to kill him.
Mine goes to Owen for winning his combat.
Oh, there you go.
The legion of fans have spoken, and they have decided that Owen gets one from the fans as well.
Thank you.
I also have this last counter to give away. If anyone wants this last counter, I have one more, and it can be yours if you just say so right now in chat. Foxy Proxy already has 2, but can earn a 3rd. By the way, I mailed out all the prizes this week that have been earned. So if you've earned a prize over the past month or 2, it was mailed out this past week. And Potato Wizard, you want in on this also? That's a great name, Potato Wizard. Isn't that a great name? I like Potato Wizard.
Does he keep his scrolls in like a satchel or more of a tuber?
Good question. All right, I'm gonna roll a D10. I might as well roll a D6, and we're gonna make Foxy Proxy 1, 2, and 3, and Potato Wizard 4, 5, and 6. And I rolled a 6, which means it goes to Potato Wizard. Congratulations, Potato Wizard. You can send me your address or an address on Discord through a private message. You don't have to give me a name or anything. I'll just send it to a P.O. box if you prefer. But I will mail this to you in the near future. Well done. And thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night.
Later.